Hello, punters, and welcome to another episode of Locked In, a very special episode of Locked In the lead up to our big Queensland Derby Punters Club. We have Mugs Punting on the show. Bean, Moz, welcome. How are you, gents? I'll start with you, Bean. You're back in the dungeon. Good to have you, mate.
Yep, sure am. Had a good day today at Doomben, which was nice. So finally chalked up a few winners there. But yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Big weekend.
Going to be very big. Moz, you fired up, mate?
Always, mate. I, unlike Bean, escaped this dungeon last week, but it was good that he gave plenty of chat, put it that way. So you probably didn't notice the difference, to be honest. But we're back for more.
Yeah, no, very, very good. We're very, very excited to have you guys in. Nick, the kitty's sitting at, what did you say? I think it's just shy of 10 grand or just ticking at 10 grand now.
Yep, just shy. So 9,750 by the time the four of us buy our share and Blake gets his. There's your 10K. So we're across the line, you can say. We won't go the early crow like Blake does week in, week out. But he's awful. But we're there. Yeah, we're going to have to put him outside during the derby, I think, because I'm not going to be able to listen to him.
We can do that. He gets nervous for a big race. He goes to the toilet. We'll just lock him in there. We'll just chock the door. He can just
that's fine. Yeah.
So we're just talking off air before we jumped on, saying about how usually in the lead up it will double. We are hoping we are sitting there Saturday morning with a fat stack of 20 grand's worth in the Punters Club. If you guys haven't got your $50 units yet, get involved. I think there is an actual limit on how many we can sell. 20,000 isn't the limit, but we may have to cut it off at some point. So make sure you do get involved as soon as you can, and don't leave it last minute as well, because we are doing it with Punt Club and Ladbrokes, and we just had people lobbing in late that if they don't know their way around the Punt Club app, it took them a little bit longer to navigate and find the bets and things like that. Because the most important thing is you know what we're backing and that your accounts are aligned. So when the boys come home with the bacon Saturday arvo, it just lobs straight into your fucking Ladbrokes account.
Yep, and they can go and piss it up a wall on the Wentworth Park Dogs or the Meadows Greyhounds, but we want to give you that punting balance.
Saturday night stack.
Yeah, to go into Toowoomba. Like, we're only betting at Eagle Farm, so if you want to follow DJC's Ascot tips late at night, like, by all means, the stack will be there, and hopefully back in your Ladbrokes account.
Yeah, that would be great.
Are we talking Ascot WA or Ascot UK? Because I could probably use both.
Either or, it all works.
Depends what time the live stream finishes. We might just keep going.
We might take it live to retros at Saturday night.
Oh, that'd be good. Put a little GoPro on all our chests.
Yeah,
that'd be cute.
I reckon after 15 Black Rats, Lloydie becomes a UK form expert anyway. So stay on the live stream.
Yeah.
I'm a bit annoyed. Period.
Our horse from that we mentioned a while ago, Paddington, it didn't run, and then it was nominated again this weekend on Saturday night, and I don't think they've accepted again. So I'm not sure where Paddington is. It might be in quarantine, ready to come out for the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, I've heard. There's whispers.
Murmurs from Werribee.
Give the fans what they want, I say.
Can you imagine if it comes and wins the Melbourne Cup? That'll be the best thing to ever happen to this show.
Well, I can't imagine. We're already all on it, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
I can imagine that phone call. Can you put Paddington in the market? Who? Yeah.
Had two races.
So, 4 big races. Sorry. So, the link will be in the description of this show, in any post you see across the leg up, across Mugs Punting. Get involved. It is such an easy process. Once you're in there, you'll be seeing the bets. And like I said, the live stream, we'll be having a little bit of fun between now and then. It's up to us boys to come up with maybe a few little wagers, outside of Eagle Farm between each other. If, you want to take Lloydie on and say that thing's definitely not going to win, you could, make him do a shot. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could see him become that expert of everywhere.
I think Bean and I, like on the Mugs Punting podcast, Bean and I have, I reckon, a 6-pack side bet once a week. And I reckon the tally is probably up to about 14 cartons, like owing between us. Like we just keep building up, and I don't think maybe 2 pink gins have been exchanged.
There's not been many payments made.
And,
I can definitely vouch, and the reason I can vouch is I usually just try to officiate it and hoping that I'll get some of these pink gins in between the crossfire, and they just don't seem to be delivered.
They keep missing.
No.
Drop it off at my house, and I'll drop it around him on Sunday. Easy, yeah. I've got the tally here. You owe 8 cases.
Better back a winner.
So, yeah, and if you are involved, that's a great thing. For $50, you can follow Eagle Farm all day. Do you know what I mean? Your Eagle Farm punting is done for $50. You're going to get a full day of entertainment. We'll be following the races during the day and, trying to find winners for ourselves as well. But this one is specifically for Eagle Farm Derby Day there. So let's get into it. We got 4 big races. Did we end up coming up with a order here? I was thinking Bean, Nick, Moz. What are we liking there? You reckon go Bean? Do you want to finish them off, mate?
We probably should lead in for the Derby with Lloydie, though, get his Kovalika,
No, I can carry on. Come in over the top of it.
The carry on.
No such thing, mate.
I've just got to avoid that M word. I don't want to stop another one for the pool.
I've actually muted the M word on Twitter, so that word does not come up in my feed because I believe that Tab have already posted it asking if he is one, and I do not want to see that sort of negative juju.
You're talking about Kovalika being tomorrow?
Oi.
No. Sorry.
There's things being chopped everywhere here. Looking at Bean, I don't know if he's about to drop some tips or an absolute bloody fire burning freestyle rap from the next 8 Mile album from Jinder Lee. Get up on it.
Can I just say,
in the rap though.
If Kovalika gets beaten, I'm invoicing Woodhead for that because he has just dropped the M word. And
I have no problems with the M word. I think everyone can be what they want. It's a non-binary word, that one.
Okay, well, look, can we not wear green on Saturday because green is not good and it's Derby Day? So let's just stick to black and white, not use any M words, and we'll just have a nice day and we'll watch Kovalika piss in.
Okay, before we roll into this, what the fuck's the green thing? You literally just mention it in passing on Saturday. What, you don't wear green to the races?
No.
Go straight to the ATM.
No, don't wear green to the races. It's a big no-no.
Do you boys know this thing, or is this a thing that Rockhampton?
I have heard it, but I reckon I've heard it from Nick Lloyd himself. Yeah. I don't think I've ever asked the follow-up question as to why that is, because I think I'm in my man cave, which is just a white wall behind me, but I'm looking at about 3 green jackets over there. So yeah, we're going to well.
Moz rocks up to the races, looks like he's going to the Masters.
Yeah.
Just ready to go.
The races are all the same.
All right. Yeah.
All right, that's a new one. I don't know that. Punters, if you know that, let me know. I know the banana on a fishing boat. And I said that to him, like, is it like no? But he's like, absolutely like that. I'm like, well.
Yep. Correct. No green cargo shorts because they're quite comfortable, the pair I've got. And I know you wear a pair like that too, Woodhead. But
I do.
Yeah, they're banned. Saturdays especially.
Oh.
There you go. If you rock up to the office in green pants, you're going to have to take them off and come in your job.
We literally sell a green shirt, don't we? Are you wearing that?
Yeah, but it's not Saturday. It's not Saturday. I'm not betting right now.
And it's pistachio, which is
pistachio, not green. So.
I'll wear my Raiders jersey for you, Lloydie, just to stir
I'll ban the fucker.
All right, boys, let's get into this race. We're going to kick off with the Fred Best. We're going to move straight into the VRC Sires, then the Derby, and finish off with the Kingsford Smith Cup. All right, let's do it. The order of play, as I mentioned, will be Bean, Nick, Moz. Starting with the Fred Best, Group 3, Race 5 at Eagle Farm, over 1,400 metres. Yellow Brick is our current favourite at $2.70. So that's tucked in a little bit as well. Hawaii 5-0 at $3.50. Zoo Tiger, it's instructed to touch out to $8. 7 Vales, 21s. Rest of double figure odds, blah, 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 blah. Bean, who are we backing and why?
You mentioned Yellow Brick. I see on a few of the form guides best of the day. It was pretty good last start, 3 wide the trip. But the horse that beat it down the GC in the Magic Millions, Fashion Legend, comes up at $23. It is wild overs in this race. First up at Gosford was 3.6 lengths off Think About It. That starts $4.80 or $5 favourite, I think, in the Kingsford Smith, and I'm keen there. So 2 for 2 second up, draws super. It's a knockout hope in this race, I think. And I mean, Yellow Brick punters, yes, but $23. Keen on Fashion Legend.
Yeah, very easy to take on a $2.50 fave when there's those kind of odds popping up.
Yeah.
Fashion Legend. Well, I've got to be honest with you, I didn't see that one coming.
No.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
You boys? It's a bit odd.
Bit strange. A little bit strange considering Yellow Brick should have beaten it in that Magic Millions Guineas, but anyway.
But it didn't.
Should have, but didn't.
Should have, but didn't.
All right, Nick, give it to us, mate.
Yeah, well, mate, a little spoiler for the members. I gave out the early all-in play this week, and Zoo Tiger was that horse, sent out at $9, so it went up $6.50 this morning, which is nice to see. But I think this horse just brings the genuine Group 1 Sydney for me. He stretched Panko at 1,400 metres a couple of starts ago. He got beaten by Af Cabin twice this prep. He's one of his Stradbroke favourites, and last start in that Arrowfield sprint, the wheels sort of spun on the heavy track over 1,200, but he warmed up really nicely late, gets to 1,400 dry track. J-Mac goes on, Barry 14. That sort of dictates the fact that he'll have to go forward, which is where he ran. I think it was third in a Golden Rose. So if he can sort of control it, have the map advantage, I think he's really hard to beat.
Gate's not an issue.
No, well, from the 1,400 metre start at Eagle Farm, you've got about 500 metres before they turn, and like I said, he'll go forward. There isn't actually much pace in the race, so if he doesn't lead, I think he'll be outside leader pretty comfortably, to be honest.
I like it.
Yep.
Good Sydney autumn, freshened up, nice trial.
That's right.
Classic
Hey,
Classic Lord, he just sees J-Max on board. Oh, yeah, there's my tip.
J-Max
Where's that buzzer on him, Woodhead? Like, this guy's been rambling on for about 5 minutes now.
There was a follow-up question.
Yeah, it was a follow-up question.
Oh.
We just got in there. I'm telling you now.
I'm not a boy.
You're on it now because I accidentally buzzed you while you're talking before we started the show.
Yeah.
He wants everyone to get a buzz now. Everybody gets a buzz. All right, Moz, mate, they're set up. Knock them down. Where are we headed?
We're heading straight to the ATM. Take as much out as you want and put it on the favourite in this race, and then go right back and collect your winnings. Yellow Brick. We're in the green on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It just does it. The green silks.
Green silks might be different.
Green silks, green bills back from the bookies, mate. And I think the horse is the real deal. Just wait for next prep when it's being trained by Tony Golan or Chris Waller. It'll absolutely show you how good of a horse it can be. I reckon that Magic Millions run was just one run too many and just got there on pure heart and talent. This prep, this has got to be the goal to try to get him into the Stradbroke. So grand final, maybe Saturday, Stradbroke. I wouldn't be as convinced, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Oh, and you've just snuck in too. Yellow Brick in the green silks. It is very hard not to look away from it. It's
Don't look away from it then. That's what I do. Top of the page, that'll do.
And also, when Moz mentioned getting money out from the ATM to put as much onto it, that's expendable income, guys, and you have to gamble responsibly. Okay, punters? Please, just...
That's right.
Money. Oh, yeah.
You know, buy your...
Moz owns a gym, so he has got a lot of expendable income, mainly from me, who goes once a fortnight and pay him, like I go 5 times a week. So he's laughing. I'm basically paying for his bets.
Well, Lloydie's $50 membership this week's going into the punt club there on Saturday, so it's everything comes around.
He's good, isn't he? He's a nice dude.
And
he owns a gym that charges $50 a fucking week, and he's worried about just lobbing in one unit.
That's exactly right.
Jesus.
But we did mention before it is Centrelink Day tomorrow, so I will have some cash also to be going from my own back pocket too. So
good.
the Mug Army will come when Centrelink comes too.
Yeah, we want the Mug Army. For the Mug punters that are listening, the faithful, the Mugs. Come on, get involved. This will be tough because I want Zoo Tiger personally and for members, but I'm kind of thinking what we would be on in the Punters Club.
Fashion legend.
Box trifecta.
I have to be honest with you. I'm looking straight past Fashion Legend. I don't know. It was, look, I'm going to lock in Zoo Tiger.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to lock in Zoo Tiger.
I'm glad.
Good. Taking it well.
Yeah.
I don't have the lock in sound here. What else? What do I have a sound?
Ching.
Zoo Tiger. Oh, we got a sound.
Instead of talking shit for half an hour before we came on, we needed to rehearse something like that.
I actually can't find the sound, so I was trying to get it, so I had the locked in down, but I can't find where I put it. Okay, we're locking in Zoo Tiger. Sorry, guys. Come on. 4 races. There's 3 more to go. You're going to each get a locked in, maybe. Maybe. Okay. You're all going to get one, I think, in the Derby. Let's head to race 6, over 1,400 metres again. The Group 2 BRC Sires Produce Stakes. Zia is our favourite, $4.60. Crisale, $5. Solidify at $5.50. Safrado, $10. Armed Forces with J-Mac on board at 11s. Big old field. This is a very open race. I did have a quick look at it over dinner, and I had no idea where to look. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say, starting with you, Bean. Give it to it, mate. What are we liking?
I was just going to back a horse purely on name. That would be Thunder Lips, but I've sort of looked away from it here.
Does stand out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. I don't know how that one got through. I'm actually with J Mac here. Post my potting of Lloydie earlier with Armed Forces. I don't think he actually saw Safrado last start, to be honest. I think he thought he had the race won, and Safrado just bobbed through there. So I think out to third up, out to the 1,400. It seems to have put it together last start. There's a fair bit of pace here with Zia and Barrier 11. Should be able to cross with it. Azula, a few others will go forward. And I just think, this third up Armed Forces, the Waller J-Mac combo gets the job done at $10.
Yeah, fairly impressive horse.
Yep.
I think it just got done out at Doomba, didn't it?
Yep. Yeah, Safrado, yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't had, I think early on as well, it didn't have that good track to get onto as well. It kind of had to really find its form. So, I like it. But if I know about that horse, follow-up questions, I've looked at it. All right, Nick, give it to us, mate.
Yeah, mate. The Kiwis dominated the Sydney Autumn, and I think they might have a pretty smart one here. The Graham and Deb Rogerson team with Solidify. Kiwi jockey Ryan Elliott comes over. So this guy, he's on the same colours as Sharp and Smart, who he ran second in the Phoenix last year and then fourth in the JJ. This horse brings pretty similar form. He won a listed race at Tarapa last start over 1,200. It was a pretty classy win, I thought. So the 1,400, it'll be right up his alley. Good draw in barrier 4. He can just get the gun run in behind like a pretty hot speed, like Ben said. And if the Kiwi marches on, I think he'll be the one.
Bitumen Road deck, no issue?
No, I don't think so. I know he's sort of been on a slow and a dead track, but they're pretty hardy the way those horses come over, really, aren't they?
Beagle Farm's a dead track, or dead grass. Sorry, it's dead grass. Yeah.
No, it's not. It looks good. The grass.
Nick goes there every morning.
Yeah, I walks
the track.
Yeah,
does a few warm up laps before he hits the gym.
Yeah. Correct.
All right, Moz, what do you got for us, mate?
Mate, well, when in doubt, I just usually copy Bean's tips, and then when I say that out loud, I go, well, he must be on J-Mac and Waller, so it's probably not a bad recipe. I'm with Armed Forces as well. I think what Bean said was pretty much spot on. He mightn't have saw Safrado coming, but could also been a little bit of colt just sort of switching off towards the line there as well. And barrier 14 probably doesn't have a choice but to smother him up and save him for one sort of last run. And I reckon the Waller Army probably has a few around next week for that last plunge effort to get into a JJ. So just seems timing is on here.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, 2 from 3 on Armed Forces. It's a bit scary, mate, when we have the same tips between the three of us. So we don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for the listeners.
And
But
I could have easily have tipped it too. So it was more. I went against J Mac.
Armed Forces. I could have, but I didn't, Nick.
Yeah.
You didn't, mate. I'm going to give this one.
I was waiting for it.
I'm going to give this one to Bean because he looked so angry last time we didn't lock him in. So we've got one on the board, mate. We've got one on the board.
Yeah, well, disgusted. You didn't take my $20 shot.
Didn't last week it was a $70 shot, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, it went
That was a pretty good
Went
run.
well.
Yeah.
I don't know I can't remember what the market did. It came in. It had to have come in. It was fucking $70.
I think it started 40s.
Oh,
Bean moves markets.
we're not talking about Sabat 2XL, are we?
No, Vinco.
God.
Vinco.
Sabat 2XL. People tipping that. Fucking should have their head red. All right, here we go. Let's head into the Derby. So, how do you want to play this one, boys? Because
Straight back.
pull the curtain back. You guys are all on the same horse, and it might be something worth having a chat about, especially a lot of people that will listen to this podcast will be in the Punters Club, or if not, they will, are already in the Punters Club or will be. Talk to me about Kovalika. Nick, you start, mate. No 45 seconds either. You just
ramble.
Go for it.
This is.
I might buzz you if you fucking really.
Yeah, no. Well, this is probably one of the best things, like best sort of bets you'll see on a racetrack in some time. I think really, like he's been set up for it. Like take your mind back 12 months ago to when Gypsy Goddess won the Queensland Oaks in her summer preparation leading up. She won the Eagle Way in the Grand Prix, which she ran a track record there. Kovalika has come out this summer, won both of those races and beaten her track record, and now comes to a Queensland Derby. He just ran third in a Doomben Cup weight for age against the older horses. Like, that rating is just so much better than what anything else has sort of done here. And that was off a setback too. So you'd imagine he's got that run under his belt now. Gets 2,400. Barrier 5 is perfect. J-Mac's going to be... He's due. J-Mac, admittedly, he's not going very well. I think he's 7 wins from his last 50. That's before today. I don't know if he rode any winners, but he's going to be locked in for our first 2 races here. And, mate, this is just... Yeah. If you've been putting a little bit of money aside for the last 2 months and backing him, you're laughing because he'll win.
I think early price is around 4s, 440.
Yeah,
I think.
I got 450.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Bean, anything to add, Bean?
No, I think what you just said. The key was the weight for age run last start. Like third against those horses. I mean, yes, Zaki wasn't great in that race, but behind Huerta and Numerian at 2,000 to get against, and then I think I saw in the all-in markets early on, the Vowels was $6 or something like that last week, and it was $2.
Yeah.
Like, give me a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite seeing that either.
He's just, yeah.
And it sets up well with the stablemate too, because special sway, it was the thing that Donkey licked him earlier on, so Seawaller can just tell, hey Nash, let it roll, baby,
Yeah.
and then down the outside comes
right.
Kovalika, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Moz? Anything to add, mate?
Oh, mate, just track stats. That's what we're all about. That's the big one in Queensland, full stop. The old how do they handle League of Farm, and this fella thrives on it. 2 from 2, loves the good as well. I think just to add, that Doomben Cup run, regardless of result, he started a $12 shot in that race from a market perspective, and you go through this field and throw any of these horses in that Doomben Cup field, there's no way they're starting under triple digits. Like,
Yeah.
that's sort of the respect, I guess, he had as a horse taken on a field like that when it was known to the world that it was purely a lead-up run into a derby or a derby?
I think from a Mugs point, you see these great horses, and you know Zaki's one that I constantly pop because it's never always up. It's never always showing a good performance. It's never. This horse hasn't had a below average run in its 8 starts. Like, there's no point where you sat there. It's only been out of the placings once, but like, you know, some of those lower grades, and as they build up to see what this horse is, it could just lob in and things like that. But it hasn't. Like, there's been nothing that's kind of been below average in anything that it's come out and done. Which, you know, in 8 starts is plenty. It's good prep. You know, it's. Yeah, I think. Boys, I reckon this is a serious bet on the weekend. What do you guys kind of... I mean, I don't know if you've spoken about it previously before coming on tonight, but what do you think about this as an early bet for the Punters Club?
Yeah, mate, I think we'd be mad if we didn't. Sort of, a lot of people seem to be on the same page, which is handy. I think we're getting about $1.75, so nothing sort of fancy, but that's a 70% return on investment, isn't it? And it sort of gets the ball rolling. It's a bit late in the day, so if we do sort of look like we're struggling throughout the day, which touch wood we won't be, it's a little bit of, you know, hope that, all right, we've got this sitting there ready to fire and get us back in the game.
Yeah, I reckon. So. Kitty doubles, have 2,000 on it, straight out, bang, early in the day. Yeah, depending on what we end up with come Saturday.
Absolutely. As silly as it sounds too, I think the $1.75 now is just going to tumble in come closer to race day, especially if people are having a crack a day. Well, this is the obvious launch in the later stages, isn't it? So
absolutely,
we're talking big bets. Well, all makes a big difference.
Well, I mean, we've got 10 grand there now. So you guys suggesting having the whole 10 on it? Was it?
So we're not going to come down for race 1. We'll be there by race 7. The live stream will go for 2.5 minutes while we watch the Derby, and then we're off to retros.
We'll call Ladbrokes and see if we can overcommit. See if we can have 20 grand. Hopefully, people get more.
Something. Yeah. People have said they'll join.
Yeah. Guys, buy this Kovalika bet we've had. So, what are you thinking, Nick? You're captaining the ship.
Yeah. Well, what do we say?
We've got 10 now.
We're 10 now. Well, why don't we have 1,500 now? We can chop out of the Derby, out of the quaddie a little bit if need be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, speaking of the quaddie, is there anything else you guys like around this thing if you were going to have something at stupid odds? I'll ask, you guys have any thoughts on this Fame? It's the Victorian runner.
I nearly had him in my numbers, and I was going to have a little saver on him at $71 yesterday. Yeah. It's into $21 now.
Cut,
so,
big time.
Look, the only thing, like, its wins have been impressive. I think it was 6 lengths at Kyneton in a maiden, 3.5 lengths at Moe in a 0-64. That form line doesn't exactly jump off the page. He's smashed them. He's looked impressive. But
got good turn of foot, like in those last 2 wins. If it pops out and suddenly it's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
It could just still punch.
And genuine sort of turn of foot, but also the rating hasn't been anything super. Like, it's about 11 rating points off what Kovalika did in the Doomben Cup last week. And also there hasn't been one single horse out of, he beat 12 horses and then 14 horses. So out of the 24 other horses in those races, not one of them has come out and won another race yet. So you can say that he beat absolutely nothing. He was entitled to win like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in saying that,
he'll probably
win. Yeah. But the money's come for it, so obviously a few people like it.
Oh, I think a few guys put it out there that I didn't mind it. What's his name? But yeah. All right. Well, let's. You know what? We don't have the locked in thing, do we? But we'll. Sorry, it's a bit sketchy.
Kovalika.
1,500 on. Okay. All right.
Game day.
Fuck, that's exciting. Does that get the...
That gets the blood pumping.
Where? I don't want to ask. That's all
No,
right.
don't ask. It's been same spot for the last 5 weeks, mate.
So-
Cameras.
that is
Yeah.
tough. Just walking around with a blooded one for 5
Mate,
weeks.
well, it's Wednesday night now, Thursday to listeners. So Nick Lloyd doesn't go by sleeps till Derby Day. It's just stay awake and just dream.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Daydream about Kovalika.
Yeah, you know I live for Derby Day, so
Yep.
it's any Derby Day, whether it be the Tasmanian Derby or the Queensland
Self-appointed Derby King.
He's a Derby guy. He's just a Derby guy. You know, that just happens.
Yeah. Well, we've gone up. We're at 9,800 now, but yeah, I don't know who gave me the Derby King nickname. I think it might have been myself,
I don't know who it was. I think it was me.
but I'm pretty sure it was me. I think Johnny.
But it's
get a
really
credit
sticking.
for,
I'm at least
Yeah.
calling myself that once a weekend.
yeah, exactly. So
All right, boys, let's finish off. Group 1, race 8, 1,300 metres. It is the Kingsford Smith Cup. These are pretty good odds. Think about it, 525. A Case of You, 750 with Rothby at 750 as well. It's had a little bit of a drift there as well. King of Sparta. It seems that all of these are on the drift except for Case of You. King of Sparta, $8.50. Valana, $12. Converge, 11. Eduardo, 13s with Paul Ailey. Great race, but I don't envy you guys because it's a bloody tough one. Show us the way, mate. Shine a light on a winner for us, and it could be late in the day for the punters club, so it'd be beautiful to get a good one home.
Well, it's been slim pickings for the Joe Pride yard with the big dog Private Eye back out to the spelling paddock, but he's found one here and think about it. Absolute superstar. What is it? 7 from 8. It's had that one blemish on the record. It was pretty good last start down at Gosford. Second up here over the 1,300. Stradbroke favourite, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how it goes here. The query would be obviously the Eagle Farm. First go there, but I think it's 5 from 5 and a good deck, so it can be winning. And then obviously the big queries, the old Wafer Age 59 kegs. How does it handle that? So I'm keen on the favourite here, but I am conscious of the Wait for Age mystery that is yet to reveal itself.
Have you been timing yourself at home?
No,
He's
Perfect.
good. He's just perfect.
I tend to do that.
yeah,
Lloydie said if we got buzzed out, he'd never speak to us again because it affects his reputation at the leg up. So we got the law laid down.
His reputation. That's
All
a
right.
word.
black there, all.
The meaning of the
You're
word.
here.
I feel like you guys wouldn't be pushing it right to the edge of 45 seconds if you wanted to, maintain that friendship. But anyway, I'm not quite understanding everything about it because it is on the drift big time. I think today alone, or when was that, yesterday? It's $4 out to $5.25 now. But yeah, huge chance, just in great form as well. Nick, are you in agreement or you're elsewhere?
I'm elsewhere, mate. I'm pretty sure that Think About It will actually be the time honoured lay of the day for my for my Eagle
He's a
Farm.
pig doing that to you, Bean. He waited till you
sorry.
go through it all.
That just means more pink gins on the line.
Yeah,
Ooh.
pretty much. That is side bet number one.
It's the gin bit.
Yeah, look, the wait for age thing is like Ben said. That's the reason I'm against him. He's got like 52 in a Stradbroke or something, where he's favourite, rightly so with that weight, but can't have him here. The genuine wait for age horse in the race, and you probably shoot me down, but Converge. He stretched Enemo 2 back in the George Ryder, and then forget his last start on a heavy track in a Doncaster, where he was in the market that day. This is a lot easier than what he raced there. He's had 2 starts at Eagle Farm, blew him away in a JJ Atkins, ran second in the size this track and distance. Gets back here for the first time in 2 years. He's the one to beat, I think. He's back.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Converge.
very keen.
All right, Moz. I'm looking for a specific answer here to lock you in straight off the bat, but just go.
Okay, mate. It's Kingsford Smith Cup. It's Queensland's race, and this time last year we were Apache chasing our tails. This year we're just Roth firing in the bets. Because this boy,
Good
how
man.
is this fella not the favourite? Honestly,
Let me just turn this timer off. Keep going, mate. You just
please do.
lead
I
it
mean,
out, mate. We got
we talk about the Eagle Farm track. It's the king of Eagle Farm track. We talk about the good surface. He's the king of the good surface. He's about to proclaim himself as the king of Queensland. Win the Kingsford Smith. Start your favourite in a Stradbroke. Get on now. I just think this prep is his prep he's been waiting for. We've had the comeback story, the Everest that never got to be. Last prep, a lot of kilometres on the clock. Finally being able to have a good spell. Finally being able to have a planned and proper prep in Queensland. And I think it's all systems go for these two Group 1s for Bobby Heathcote. So I'm even more confident now after the last 45 seconds. But yeah, real keen on Saturday.
Yeah.
Real keen on Saturday.
Close in the race last year and arguably going better than it was last year. I really hope this finds its way into the Punters Club bets as well, to be honest, because, I'm with you. And, I mean, we may as well play it out.
Well,
you can say it, Moz.
Rothfire!
That's it.
Queensland.
That's it.
Oh!
Yeah, well, you've all got it locked in. That's great.
That's cute, yeah.
That's cute from you three.
Cute.
Yeah.
If only that was the plan.
You can't say that. People are like, you always do that.
Yeah. You're taking the piss out of the game.
Rothfire could be a serious bet. Same thing as well. The market in this race is a weird one. Like I said, they all seem to be going. I like Profit today, and I think I got it at its pit at 650, and it's already at the 750. So,
hey, mind you, that's not a bad thing because you're the king of backing horses that drift and still win. What price did you take? You took Shinzo in the Golden Slipper at like $8 or something.
Yeah, got the good oil. Yeah,
started at $23.
$9, I think it was. Oh God, good stuff. Well, I hope so. Let's see. Same thing though. Great race. This is such a good card. Is there? We'll open the floor a little bit. Is there anything else that's standing out to you boys? Going into this weekend, Punters Club, thinking about the bets and things like that. Is there anything else from any other races that kind of are a bit of a lock for you fellas? I know it's early. I know you guys don't get into it till tomorrow.
I haven't done too much, but I sort of went through the nominations and whatnot, and the other all in play that we sent out, which we've been in the market there, which is nice to see. That's race 3, number 10, Oti Ra, which us boys, he was sort of the ATM for a little while for us at the end of last year. He strung a few together. I think his run in the Chairman's was really good, over 2,000, fourth up back to Brisbane, which is where he does his best running. He now gets to 2,400 at Eagle Farm. He's around that $10, 54 kilos, good draw. I think he's really hard to beat out in trip. Oti Ra. Yeah.
Surely Antino can carry the weight the second, but it's starting in the group. Is it starting in the? What are they doing there?
It's still needs 2 more to come out of the Kingsford Smith Cup to get a run. So unlikely, I'd say. Yeah, I was a bit worried. Like he's on class, he's good enough, but barrier 15, 61.5 kilos, and the way that he sort of maps out the back, it's going to be set a big effort.
Yeah, and that's
just better than him, isn't he?
That's what brought him unstuck last. His only defeat was this exact same map and conditions, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, in the Gateway, yeah. He probably is better than him, but you're going to be spotting manhood, 2 kilos and conceded a lot of lengths.
20
from
lengths,
barrier
probably.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be interesting.
Beauty. When's your potty go up, boys?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll chat tomorrow, which will be Thursday, and then drop it like it's hot Friday morning. So it's absolute. I mean, it's a ripper day for a punting club because it's $4 the field every single sort of race.
Yeah, good, well said actually.
if you
We get one or two winners, we're laughing.
well,
Yeah.
if you're a bunch of mugs like we all certainly are, that's where you can have two or three in the same race and cheer for a result that gets you up. So it's a belter.
Yeah,
And let's have Ladbrokes come to the party and give us a few little fat bonuses to lob on the
That'd be
quaddie and
that would be
get
juicy.
into it.
They don't sponsor Brisbane racing for nothing. They're the great people.
That's right.
they're
It
great.
is. They
They're
do
great.
sponsor Eagle Farm, so
They should support it.
they should.
Well, you better fucking throw us something. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bone, Ladbrokes.
Throw us a bone, Ladbrokes.
But it's the Ladbrokes Queensland Derby.
It is.
We should have been plugging it the whole way. Join our Ladbrokes Queensland Derby Punters Club.
Yeah.
We
And
can start
Morty,
now.
if they
We should.
speak to them tomorrow and they don't help you out,
40 hours.
at
Yeah.
least tell them to get Bean and I's bonus bet back for being a BRC member.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Tragedy. The
I'm
tragedy.
gonna try and turn my $20 bonus bet into $50 on like Addington Greyhounds at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, and then buy my share with that. So,
Smart.
yeah, so
That's
watch
savvy.
this space. Very savvy. That might be a part of my $100 betting strategy on Saturdays. Addington race 3, number 9, if it gets to run the emergency.
If you're confident, have an early punters club bet. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Use everyone's money.
Why not your own? Yeah.
That will not be the case, ladies and gentlemen. It is a tried and true form that we stick to. These boys know they're racing around the Brisbane Carnival, around Brisbane all year round, but that's why we got them in to get us through a very, very tough card and what is going to be a huge day. Gentlemen, I thank you. I thank you for the last couple of weeks for coming on, Bean and Moz. I really am looking forward to Saturday and having a couple of beers and getting on the live stream and absolutely backing some winners. And Nick, well done, mate. You've organised this whole thing top to bottom. So now I'm open Saturday morning. We just get to sit back. We don't get flagged for fraud like last time we did a Punters Club.
Yep.
And we just make it rain.
Yep. Fingers crossed, mate. And you're right. Queensland Carnival, the Mugs, they come alive. He's hit form coming into it because today is his little Brisbane preview. His best bet saluted at $10. If you
Oh,
our mailing list, my best and next best both got up. So
yeah.
and Moz just he followed the vibes and probably backed a couple of winners there. So
Good vibes.
mate, that's right. It's the right time of year to be a mug punter in Queensland.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Save it up now, boys. No more bets. No more
bets.
tips for anyone.
No more
more
bets.
bets. That's it. No more bets. All right, punters. Look forward to seeing you this weekend. See yous.
Cheers, punters.
Sure.